It's officially time to go embarrass myself at a rodeo. Some good clients of mine encouraged me to go compete in a rodeo, and I have not competed in a rodeo since I was in high school. What eventually convinced me to go was that one of the rescues, Bandit, is turning out to be a really, really nice horse, and I wanted to see how he would do in such a busy environment such as a rodeo. We arrived, and I instantly remembered why I stopped rodeoing because I was always the odd one out. I didn't have all the nicest things and was often judged pretty harshly for it. And then instead, I started to become a horse trainer, starting colts, working with Mustangs, and found that to be a lot more fulfilling. A bit of a backstory on rescue horse Bandit. So, Bandit came to the rescue earlier this year as an owner surrender. His owner ended up falling on hard times and couldn't take care of him anymore, and so she surrendered him to us in hopes that we would get weight back on him, get his hooves in check, and eventually adopt him out and find him a forever home. In the time he's been at Wild Child, I have begun to realize he is a very special horse. He is wonderful with kids. Anybody can ride him. He's comfortable with trains and traffic and good on the trails, good with cows, and overall, somebody somewhere put a lot of time into Bandit. At the end of this video, we're going to discuss the rescue's future plans for this guy. After we got Bandit all nice, pretty, and ready for the rodeo, then it was time for me. And as you can see here, we were trying to get my hat bobby pinned to my hair, and my hair is matted. Initially, I hopped on Bandit by the horse trailer. We had parked quite a ways from everything else because I have never taken Bandit to a super busy environment. Most of the work I've done with him so far has been in the mountains, herding cattle, climbing things, stuff like that. So I've never taken him to a busy environment, and I really wanted to make sure that we could keep everyone safe in the event he did not respond well. He actually responded so well that I felt comfortable enough to throw my friend's daughter on her. Her birthday is coming up and her parents are both at work, so I figured this would be a wonderful way to celebrate her birthday. After a little test ride, we took Bandit further into the rodeo grounds to hit the warm-up arena. He was not spooky at all. He was a little bit watchy, but overall he seemed pretty calm and content with the environment. We got to the warm-up arena before anybody else, and it was absolutely beautiful with the sunset and the mountains. We got a lot of great footage for this guy, and I was so very happy for it. Bandit is a Tennessee walker. He is gaited, and he is also 17 hands high. So when I entered this rodeo, I really didn't have any hopes that we would win or even place, just because he's really not built or cut out for this. I just wanted to come out, have some fun, and see how he would do in this environment, because I feel like this could definitely help us market exactly what he's capable of so that we can find him the perfect forever home. The warm-up arena definitely started to get busy, and while Bandit was doing wonderful with it, there was one lady whose horse kept trying to throw her, and there were a couple close calls, so I just decided to remove ourselves from the situation. I rode Bandit around the rodeo grounds for a while, and he did amazing, and then I tied him back up to the horse trailer so I could get something to eat and watch some events before our run. As the time was getting closer, I tacked him up and went back to the area I was supposed to be in. He did super well, even though they were constantly running cows through. He pretty much just stood there as the cows went by and looked at him, which I was very proud of him for. And now for our actual run. It was horrible. We got it from multiple angles, and we're gonna make fun of it by narrating it through the voice of Bandit and myself. So that was rough, but we got a good laugh out of it, and we did get some good quality pictures, so there is that. If my old high school rodeo buddies see this, at least they know I am no longer a threat to their success in the barrel racing world. So I can't go into too much detail yet because I want to be absolutely sure that we can take Bandit down the road I'm hoping before I announce anything. So I'm going to be a little vague in my explanations here. First of all, Bandit is a very special horse. I had no idea what was coming to my facility when he was surrendered to the rescue. Oftentimes when horses are surrendered to the rescue, they have severe behavioral issues, they have medical issues, they have a lot of problems, and Bandit didn't really have any of that. So whatever his skill set is, I want to kind of keep testing that to continue to see what Bandit is capable of. Because the more I'm able to test that and see what he's capable of, the more likely I will be able to place him in a perfect home, because I'm going to know exactly what he can and cannot do. Secondly, Bandit could be a great way to demonstrate to people that just because a horse is a rescue does not mean there is something wrong with him. There is a common bias against rescue horses that there is always something wrong with them, they're never going to be trusted, they're never going to be sound, etc. While Bandit didn't really come here with a lot of issues, he can be a great way to demonstrate to people that just because a horse is a rescue doesn't mean that there's something wrong, doesn't mean that they are incapable. And Bandit might be a horse that I can use to showcase that, because yeah, there are some rescue horses that are not sound, that do have extreme behavioral issues, but that is not every rescue. And in turn, we shouldn't try and discourage people from adopting from rescues just because they feel that every rescue horse has something severely wrong with them. And finally, Bandit could be a great way to bring some exposure and even potentially some funding to the rescue. What I mean by this is, first off, Wild Child Equine Rescue is relatively new as of this year. I have been running the training business since 2018. I only decided to start a rescue this year. I am not in it for the views. I'm not in it for the money. I'm not in it for any of that. I'm in it to help horses in need. But from a business standpoint, a horse like Bandit could be a way to get exposure for the rescue. And with exposure comes the ability for people to offer funding or supplies. And that helps us help more horses in need. In turn, that can help the rescue potentially grow a little bit. And we might be able to help horses on a larger scale. Whereas right now I've just got 4 rescue stalls, and that's really all I intend on having at this moment in time, because I can't necessarily guarantee funding and exposure and all of that, given that the rescue is so new. I want to make sure that every horse we get in our doors is getting everything they need. In summary, the reason Bandit has not been put up for adoption yet is because I feel like he is a horse that we can use to change the lives of many, many others. And I highly recommend that if you guys are interested in figuring out what this plan is, you hit the follow button, because I will be announcing it once I am able to hopefully, get some things in place so that we can actually make it happen. But definitely hit the follow button so that you can stay tuned on this plan, as well as the other rescues and the training clients and all the many, many things that we've got going on at Wild Child. Don't forget to hit the red subscribe button. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, or podcasts, available wherever you listen to podcasts. We also have the Wild Child Academy, where you can go to get exclusive horse training content, video courses, and connect with other like-minded individuals. And finally, don't forget to check out our rescue pages as well. And if you would like to help us help more horses in need, we will leave some links in the description for you guys to donate. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.